A lot of people don't understand. A lot of them just don't understand. Because they've never been there before. Got a little brief history for you. And this is something that's kind of difficult to talk about. But I'm going to talk about it. It's what I'm here for. Talk about the tough stuff. So, that's what I do. I talk about tough stuff. So the people that dissing on Trump, they don't understand the fact that he's got a rat's nest of 30 years to clean up. Okay? And quite frankly, just putting it out there, he's got a hell of a mess to clean up. Donald Trump led an entire empire to success. He built himself from the ground up. So the hell what that he lost $1 million loan from his dad? Guess what, people? He got another loan and he paid every ounce of his debt back to his dad within a year of that second loan. I wanted to see a bunch of you pansies pull that off. But man, you don't understand. You don't get it. You don't know. Bullshit. Okay? He was at almost exactly the same time I was. He was slanderized, his name dragged through crap for a crime he never committed. I was arrested for a crime I never committed last year. Now, not only did they arrest me, they roughed me up all the way from my neighbor's door. It didn't stop in the cruiser. It never stopped. They left me in the cruiser alone. The cuff cinched around my left wrist. So tight, my hand went red, then purple, and the cop still didn't give a shit when he got his ass in the cruiser. Now, I know. The cop abused his power. Quite frankly, I had just gotten home. Literally just gotten home. Went over to the neighbor for 5 freaking minutes and get arrested for a crime I never committed. Oh, that's what you get for going around with a woman. Bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. It wasn't her. Okay? But, let me explain this much. Y'all don't know the situation in general. She was trying to get rid of someone that was quite literally a freeloader. We made the mistake of allowing him in our lives, but we for darn sure don't regret kicking his butt right out of our lives. Quite frankly, you all have no clue what you speak of when it comes to cops and stuff. Now, there are probably 1 to 2 in my area for every cop that's a dirty cop, it's a bad cop, abuses his powers. Okay, those 2 cops that arrested me had my arms put up till my shoulders were under strain. Heavy amounts of strain. And I'm pretty flexible. Okay. They had my hands cuffed. They carried me by my arms, my upper arms. They carried me by my upper arms from the underside, which when they're in front is the outside. But when your hands are cuffed behind your back like this, your arm rotates and what's normally outside goes underneath under enough rotation. Not only that, I had cork boots on from traversing the ice, helping people in a storm. Okay? Digging out fire hydrants, giving back to my community, giving back to an industry that helped me in life. Then the cop proceeds to call me a f***ing liar when I said I'm giving back to the firefighters because I care about them. I know what it's like to be in their shoes, and they called me a liar. As a security guard, I can honestly say I've been through a lot. I've seen death many times. It sucks. But guess what? I can honestly tell you firsthand, you people don't understand what it's like. Okay? I got out of a 3-year domestic violence situation that actually was a prisoner of war type of situation. I wasn't allowed to do much of anything without the abuser's permission. Finally, I got away from him. I had to take some bold, drastic moves, but I pulled it off. Guess what? He went to jail not once, but twice. The first time, his grandma bailed his pansy butt out. It doesn't get any more whiny, crybaby, pansy, and Millie Mao bad mother freaker than that. Okay? Then proceeds to skip court. Not once, but twice. Wow. What a dummy. And this was his line of bullcrap. Oh, I'm Mr. Logger. I don't have to do shit. I'm out in the woods all the time. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of my subscribers, there's 80 of you out there that remember that stuff that I was going through to a certain extent. Y'all were very limited in what I was showing you. But you saw a lot of his true colors. Never finished a project. All kinds of stuff. And for those of you who say, oh, you're going to lose money and blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Ain't my first rodeo. By the way, with me being a security guard and a security expert in my area, yeah, let that one register there a moment. Y'all may think that you got me and blah, 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 and yada, 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 but let me tell you something. My home is my sanctuary. And that's what it's intended to be. You see me out in public, I welcome it. Say hi. Let me know how much you appreciate my videos. Let me know how much you appreciate me. Let me know how I've helped you. Let me know the struggles I've helped you through. Check this out. I've overcome marijuana, tobacco, alcohol, prescription drugs, refined sugars, caffeine, and most importantly, my past transgressions. I also had a lot of issues in life. I came from a very broken family. My parents getting into arguments, getting into fights, making sure us kids had full attention was on them. It's no wonder I was such an asshole in high school. It's no wonder I pushed a few kids around. But guess what? They pushed me first. My dad taught me to stand up for myself. To stand up and be a man and finish a fight, but don't start one. I didn't start any fights in high school. Not even in middle school. Not even in elementary school. I for darn sure finished every last one of them to the best of my ability. I didn't take anything laying down. A teacher laid his hands on me in middle school. He got his butt whooped. And yeah, he was military, and he got his butt whooped. He spit in my face, which is assault of a minor at that time. And quite frankly, he had it coming when I kicked him in the nuts. And a few other things. But that's neither here nor there. I have actually put a Nerf dart into the back of a freaking Catholic priest. He had it coming. Guess what? You know what's even more interesting about me? I'm not going to say a name specifically, but we had a family member that was addicted to horses. Got to have the shiny truck, the shiny trailer, the shiny halter, and the shiny lead rope, and the shiny saddle, and everything had to be perfect, and they had to have special hay, they had to have special grain, they had to have special this and special that. Oh, my horses are so smart. Typical horse person bull crap. Okay. Anyways, let's get down to it. You want to allege that Donald Trump is a bad person? I don't care. I don't. I've met worse people than Donald Trump. In fact, I've actually watched what Donald Trump did with his life. I watched what he did with his life. Not only that, I know firsthand he's a very kind, caring, loving person. He may periodically publicly call someone a name. But guess what? I've seen it. A lot of those people outside of that particular media source, well, outside of that particular media platform, wound up slanderizing him on the dang 5 o'clock news. On national news. They had it coming. You want to allege he didn't? Kiss my butt. Because it ain't happening. Now, let me ask you this question, folks. Who sees a black man being beaten by a white man? Now, who sees a man who allegedly wrote either a bad check or handed over a bad bill? He actually worked beside the cops at times. Guess what else? I see a man who was killed by a tyrant police officer, forcing 2 other police officers to participate in the murder. There was definitely one that I would definitely say has a strong argument as an unwilling participant. Guess what? Y'all only care about it because it was a black man being beaten up by a white man till he was dead. How about this one? You all want to give a crap? How about Otto Zem? The only justice he got was a chunk of money to his family. Guess what? That happened probably around a couple miles away from where I was at that particular moment in time. Guess what? There weren't people rioting and looting the streets over it and using it as an excuse. Go over in Minneapolis. Look at it. Look at it, for crying out loud. It's a bunch of crybabies stealing stuff. It has nothing to do with a death. It has everything to do with them being bad people. There are a lot of people who are going to be charged with literally things ranging from, but not limited to, theft, burglary, robbery, destruction of private property, destruction of public property, arson. Let me think here. It's getting to the point where it's looking like some felonies for stealing packages off of mail trucks. We're talking FedEx, UPS, so on and so forth. I hope you all start to understand it's not about tyrants, that whole rioting situation. It's definitely this fact. A bunch of bad people doing bad things. There are more white people doing it than black people. And you want to tell me that black people are bad people or that white people are racist. Bullshit. Everyone can be racist. Now I ask if you all do me a favor. For God's sake, quit giving them the attention they don't deserve. Till then, if you have anything to say about it that even remotely supports rioting and looting and crap like this, I saw this coming back in January. Maybe it was the fact that a tyrant police force showed their true colors at the wrong time, at the wrong place. But at the end of the day, it was just a straw on the camel's back of the people who were an inch away from doing it anyway, and we're going to do it no matter who got killed by the cops. Doesn't matter. What matters is a bunch of tyrants and criminals are doing exactly the same thing. They're beating people up, they're killing people, they're setting fires to things, they're stealing from people. It doesn't matter. Do we really need to pay to continue to own something? No, we don't. It's bullshit. The government has so much revenue. Burning down a police station isn't going to do a damn bit of good. The reason it's not going to do a damn bit of good is simply because of one fact and one fact alone. They have way too much money for it to affect them. That's it. I'm not condoning murder at all, but I do need to state this much. Those tyrants need to be put in their place in general. You got these mounted police force on a high horse breaking up a married couple sitting on a dang beach. And you want to tell me that that's acceptable? An elderly married couple, probably grandparents at that. That could be your grandma and grandpa there. That could be mine. That could be your best friend's grandparents there being ordered off the beach with the threat of being arrested. For what? Sitting literally out in the open at least 15 feet away from people? And they're together as a couple anyway. What difference does it make if a couple is sitting right next to each other on a beach versus in their own damn home? That's my rant. That's my spiel. I'm stepping off my soapbox, and with this message stated, I have a favor to ask of you. I have a very big favor to ask of you. Buy from farmers. F the grocery stores. They're screwing the farmers. They're dumping milk. Well, milk prices are going up. At the stores, farmers are forced to dump their milk because the dang dairy industry won't buy it. There are potatoes going bad and all kinds of crops going bad because these big buyers won't buy much of it right now. They won't buy any of it right now to the extent that they have to. You can't just magically ask a cow to quit producing milk and it quits producing milk. It doesn't work that way. That's not how nature works. Milk does not just magically appear on a store shelf in a freaking refrigerator behind a glass door and a plastic jug. No, it starts in an animal. Once it comes out of the animal, it goes into a tank. When it goes from the one tank, it goes into a tank on wheels called a tanker trailer. From there, it goes to a middleman who pretty much excessively processes it. From there, it gets sent to another place to get more processing. From there, it gets sent to another place for more kibitzing with and adulterating and violating and all that crap. And then meanwhile, they're injecting chemicals and chemicals and chemicals, and you're drinking that shit at the store. I don't drink milk for exactly those reasons. If you think I'm full of shit, read the darn labels. You're the ones doing it to yourselves. Refined sugars result in they result in excessive weight gain. They result in addictions to it, just like cocaine. It's 8 times more addictive than cocaine, 8 times more readily available, 8 times more acceptable, 8 times more profitable by the government, 8 times more everything across the board that benefits everyone but you. Now, think that through. It's your health. Do something about it. I don't know what the hell you're doing to yourself other than lying. But guess what? You can't be honest with anyone until you're honest with yourself. My best friend told me that about 2 years ago. She was on point to the hilt. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let that message die out. Till then, do me a favor. Don't listen to hateful talk about people in general. Hear the opposition out, but don't believe everything they say as though it were gospel truth. Think with your own damn independent mind. You want to comment down there? Do it. Make sure it's your own opinion, though. But remember this. I make a living with my damn head. I also make a living with my arms. I make a living actually working for what I do. Actually working towards what I accomplish. These muscles right here. You think they stay this well toned by me sitting on a damn couch over there doing nothing? No. I get plenty of parkour in building racking. Guess what? That's not the only thing I do. I do things ranging from building the racking all the way to ground up rebuilds on vehicles. Heck, I've got a couple of projects in the works, in the planning stage up here. But guess what? When you see it all come together, you're going to get it. You're going to understand it. You're going to understand that I'm not just words in front of a camera. Now, for those of you who want to hate on me, buzz off. I'm just not even going to worry about it. Because quite frankly, I'm at the point where I'm either just going to delete the comment, not approve it, or report it. Because it's hateful speech. Now, get out there and do something positive and constructive. Quit beating people up. Quit throwing shit through shit. Quit damaging other people's crap. Quit quit destroying things. Go out there and do something productive. Until then, bite your dang tongue, and we'll see you in the next video. Especially if you don't have anything nice to say. Bite that tongue. I don't care if you gotta bite it hard enough to bleed, that it bleeds. Do what you gotta do. Just understand, you're not my first rodeo. I've been through many, many of these types of rodeos. Now get over it. Bunch of whiny crybabies. By the way, if you enjoyed this beautiful rant, mixed with a big, giant hodgepodge of constructive criticism and, most importantly, motivational speech, give me a comment, throw me a thumb, share the video, do what you gotta do. It all helps. Peace.